September 2013. Two junior software engineers are hired on the exact same day at a major tech company in Seattle. Both sign offer letters for an $80,000 base salary. For the next decade, they sit in the same all-hands meetings, report to the same managers, and receive identical performance reviews. Between 2013 and 2023, their cumulative gross earnings are within a rounding error of identical. By 2023, both are earning $200,000 a year. The first engineer lives in a luxury apartment building, leasing for $3,400 a month. She drives a German sedan costing $640 a month. Her lifestyle has systematically upgraded to consume her entire top 10% income. This ledger tracks 120 months. On the left, the first engineer's savings hovers at $15,000. Outflows perfectly match inflows, leaving her financially fragile. On the right, the second engineer's net worth hits $612,000, achieved by holding housing costs flat and driving a paid-off car. This isn't luck or inheritance. The defining variable is exactly what each of them did in the 48 hours after every single raise hit their bank account over that decade. One upgraded her lifestyle, the other captured the surplus. This mechanism is the income ceiling. The middle class is not a mathematical income bracket. It is a cognitive behavioral pattern where every increase in earnings triggers an equal or greater increase in consumption. This bar chart maps household income against the percentage of Americans living paycheck to paycheck. Look at the threshold for earners making over $100,000. Between 50 and 60% of this demographic report they are financially overextended. Sudden wealth spikes accelerate this behavior. Sports Illustrated documented that 15 to 20% of NFL players file for bankruptcy within 12 years of retiring. The average career lasts 3.3 years, yielding millions in earnings, yet the high spending continues after the checks stop. Mike Tyson earned over $400 million during his boxing career and filed for bankruptcy in 2003. The money disappeared into a lifestyle that required tens of millions of dollars annually to sustain. In 1955, naval historian Cyril Northcote Parkinson observed that bureaucracy expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. The financial corollary to this rule is Parkinson's law of money. Human psychology defaults to a state where personal expenses automatically expand to consume whatever income is available. This dual-axis line chart demonstrates the trap in real time. The top line represents rising income, and the bottom line represents the spending floor rising to meet it. The gap between them never naturally widens. Unless you actively interrupt this cognitive pattern, earning more money does not build wealth. It simply acts as an accelerant to your existing financial pressure. The income ceiling escalates across 5 distinct levels of difficulty. Level 1 applies to those earning under $40,000 a year. At this level, structural scarcity is the baseline reality, and the financial margin between survival and debt is dangerously thin. Because major lifestyle upgrades are mathematically impossible, the trap here takes the form of small daily indulgences and frictionless digital subscriptions that actively erode this micromargin. Look at this ledger for an earner making $37,000 a year. After fixed costs, she has a surplus margin of $480 a month. Streaming, food delivery, and daily coffees consume $147, 30% of her margin. The immediate countermeasure is an aggressive subscription audit. Eliminating automated charges temporarily protects that margin. Once that margin is protected, the order of operations is critical. It must be aggressively deployed into skill acquisition, certifications, or tools that directly increase your capacity to earn. Austerity alone will not build wealth at level 1. The protected margin is strictly fuel used to acquire a higher baseline income and pull yourself out of the survival bracket. Level 2 covers incomes between $40,000 and $80,000. This marks the exact point where a true financial surplus appears for the first time. Moving out of survival mode triggers a psychological relief. That drop in tension naturally leads to the first major lifestyle upgrades, like a 1-bedroom apartment or a more reliable car, immediately following a raise. This flowchart tracks a typical 4% raise, yielding an extra $180 a month. The red path shows the money absorbed by lifestyle creep, zero net wealth. The gold path splits the surplus into automated investments. Repeated over a decade, it compounds into hundreds of thousands in invested capital. wealth accumulates by default. To navigate this level, you must differentiate between a lifestyle trap and an investment. Living closer to work to reduce commute time boosts your earning energy. Leasing a luxury vehicle for the badge on the steering wheel is a trap. Capturing that very first surplus establishes the automated behavioral pattern. That single action dictates all of your future wealth accumulation. Level 3 spans $80,000 to $150,000 a year. This is the ultimate danger zone where high earners get permanently stuck. At this income, algorithmic advertising and peer comparisons normalize status spending. Premium luxury vehicles, highly desirable neighborhoods, and expensive travels stop feeling like indulgences and start feeling like the minimum required standards of adulthood. This pie chart breaks down the default burn rate for a household earning $140,000. Out of a $9,000 monthly take-home, they spend over $7,000. Housing and transportation dominate, leaving a dangerously low savings rate of 7%. By making deliberate trade-offs, that burn rate shrinks down significantly. The savings wedge expands. They save over $50,000 a year on the exact same income. The primary countermeasure here is to curate your algorithmic inputs. You have to actively unfollow the aspirational triggers and social media accounts that manufacture dissatisfaction with your current life. Next, you must move your wealth-building capital into a separate, high-friction account. The money needs to be inconvenient to access, placing the friction on spending rather than saving. Level 3 demands an explicit choice. You can either fund your immediate social signaling, or you can buy decades of future independence. Level 4 encompasses earners making $150,000 to $300,000. The massive absolute dollar amounts at this tier create a false sense of financial invulnerability. This is the "I deserve this" tier. Upgrades here take the form with institutionalized fixed costs, heavy mortgages on premium homes, private school tuitions for children, and rolling luxury vehicle leases. Look at this vertical ledger for a household earning $250,000 a year. The left bar shows $15,000 monthly take-home pay. The right bar shows $20,000 expenses. They are running a massive deficit every month, relying on bonuses and equity just to stay afloat. This represents their spending capacity. Spending capacity is simply your ability to burn through labor-produced revenue. The countermeasure is building your income capacity. This is revenue generated by your assets, dividends, interest, and rental yields, that functions completely independently of your labor. Because the fixed costs are so high at level 4, a standard emergency fund is insufficient. A sudden job loss triggers a cascade of defaults. You must secure a 12-month cash buffer to prevent catastrophe. Accumulating wealth at level 4 requires a strict operating procedure. You must freeze your spending capacity while aggressively scaling your income capacity. Level 5 covers incomes above $300,000. On paper, these earners appear wealthy. In reality, they are permanently trapped by an institutionalized lifestyle that requires top 1% labor just to maintain. We see this pattern clearly in peak-earning athletes like Allen Iverson. The timeline is highly predictable. Massive early labor income fuels a sprawling lifestyle. When the playing career ends, the labor income drops by 90%, but the institutionalized fixed costs remain completely static. For high-earning professionals, this creates a golden handcuff dynamic. They are locked into the highest-cost cities to service their massive overhead. They cannot afford to stop earning, and they cannot afford to leave. To escape, you must build what is known as the bridge. You hold your fixed costs flat on the cyan line and deploy surplus to scale your asset income on the gold line until it intersects and crosses over your lifestyle costs. True wealth at level 5 has nothing to do with your gross income. It is determined exclusively by the mathematical certainty of your asset bridge outlasting your labor career. All 5 of these difficulty levels, from the daily subscriptions to the luxury estate mortgages, are simply escalating manifestations of the exact same cognitive trap. The absolute rule of the income ceiling remains constant. With every single raise, the gap between what you earn and what you spend must be forced to widen. To execute this, you have to initiate a psychological shift. You must stop viewing money as a tool for consumption and start viewing it strictly as a conversion mechanism to buy assets. Identify exactly which income level you occupy today and execute the automated countermeasure designed for your bracket within the next 48 hours. Set up the transfer before you even process the deposit. Earning more money is merely the fuel. Passing the 48-hour automated capture test is the engine that actually builds your wealth.